Now this reunion, baby, was given just like these girls are still giving. When I tell you, I thought they was giving us everything for this reunion as far as the trailer. They did a really good job of just giving us enough to be like, we gonna be there at the time. Even though I still waited until it hit Peacock. But this Married to Medicine reunion, the women look absolutely beautiful. I would say I love Toya's look. Like, Toya's look is my favorite. And somebody else's look is my favorite too. I just can't think of it. But I want to talk about the highlight of this reunion that really is still like subconsciously on my mind. And that I had to actually think about, because y'all, I watched it yesterday, but I had to process because it was just very heavy at the end. Dr. Simone is one of my favorites on the show. She is my favorite because I feel like when it comes to friendship, she's 100% honest. Like, I feel like when Toya's wrong, she tell Toya she's wrong. When anybody is wrong, she tell them like, you wrong. But I also feel like she has learned how to pick it. Like she said, I'm ready. I've been ready and I knew what I was doing when I did what I did. And like she said, Dr. Jackie is usually her calm, but she like, I knew what I was doing when I was doing. But to see 30 years of friendship fall to the wayside because you are trying to be, I don't know what Dr. Heavenly has on Dr. Jackie, but I'm all the way there with Dr. Simone. You are not my friend. Like she said, it's character telling. It's one thing to say I wasn't there, I don't know what happened, but now that you see what happened, you mean to tell me I put hands on this girl? And let's be quite clear. If Dr. Simone put hands on Dr. Heavenly, it would have looked like that episode when they was out of town and Dr. Jackie fell and contestant Dr. Heavenly was about to get into it. You understand? Let's keep it a buck and let's keep it a bean. Dr. Heavenly is unhinged. But to say that and make that the narrative, and even then, Dr. Jackie, you can't even, this is why I cannot stand Dr. Jackie. Because there's no way I'm letting 30 years of friendship. In friendship that you have been in for years, you do have your peaks and your valleys and all of that. But I've been one of your loyal friends, and and like she said, you held both of us to the fire. Not accusatory. Like you know right from wrong. You are intelligent enough to know that I did not put hands on that girl. And like she said, when you are in the medical field, because I remember reading this, you are not supposed to be into any altercations at all, unless it is self-defense. Okay? And not only that, like, because it can really get really bad. You can lose everything as far as your degree and everything. So for you to allow Dr. Heavenly, and Dr. Heavenly knows that as well. But not only that, we are a group of African American women. And we are doctors for the most part. The only people that are not doctors on this panel or on this group or in the medical field is Toya and Quad. That's it. But but to say, even give that narrative, like we out of all the show, we know it's only 3 Bravo shows that's really holding us black girls down. That's Married to Medicine, Housewives of Atlanta, and Housewives of Potomac. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. But for me to be a doctor, and you let her put that on and try to stain my name, is character telling. You're not my friend. Because wrong is wrong. Like Dr. Simone said, wrong is wrong. And if you can't tell her she wrong, well, I did tell her. You didn't tell her on camera, and you know what you be doing. But you have the audacity to victimize her, and then to make me feel like I was in the wrong for setting a boundary and saying, get your hands off of me, and removing your hands. Here go Dr. Heavenly. She touched me. She got hands. She deranged. That's not what happened. And I would have been pissed as well. Because the one thing that can piss me off is when you are trying to insult my intelligence and make me feel like I am the wrong. I have fell out with so many people because of that. Don't insult me. Don't insult me, my intelligence. It's one thing to say, well, I didn't understand your perspective. But to sit there and say, you are unhinged, you're deranged, you're this, you're that. And you're literally the one, like, I just cannot. But it was so painful to see, a breakup like this, because she said, I can't do it. I won't do it. I'm not going to do it. And people are wondering, where are the tears coming from? The tears is coming from, you supposed to be my sis. I looked at you like my sis. And it hurt me that I got to let you go. It is hurt. Like, people think when breakups in relationship, like, as far as like, they think when it comes to like friendships, it's not the same feeling as it would be if it was with the opposite sex. When you go through a breakup with somebody that's you've been intimate with, not, sexually, but intimate with in a friendship, and just loving somebody as a friend, it's the same type of hurt. Like, it hurt me that you are acting like this, and it's hurting me to also have to be this to you because I love you. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a lot to come to terms with that. To let a 30-year relationship go is not easy. That's hard. And they work together. They got so many memories. I'm sure more good than bad. But for her to let a relationship that's probably what? Let's say Married to Medicine been here for about, it's 12 seasons. So we'll say about 12 years. Or 10. Less than that, because they probably shoot twice in a year. Either way. You let a 10-year friendship destroy our 30 years, something. She gotta have something on you. The next person I want to talk about is Mimi and Toya. I felt Toya when she said, I put y'all out because y'all don't love my family. And that's 100. If it's one thing to call me out and say, sis, you're going a little too far. You got to calm down. And her really explaining what happened in the background, how she locked herself in the closet. And she literally felt overstimulated. It was a lot. And to go off and everybody that loves her family came from her. Dr. Mimi don't love her, didn't like her. Okay, and she got so petty that she's talking about something. Who brings fried chicken to an event? Like, you really don't like Toya. Just say it. But I think that if she really got to know Toya, she wouldn't have all these feelings about Toya. Toya's just a realist. She gonna say it how it is. Will she throw shade? Yes, she will. She does know how to keep us entertained. But I felt Toya. And her almost, breaking down like everybody has problems in their relationship. I'm just a little bit more, out there. Like, I'm more honest in the moment. But my husband knows my heart. He knows who I am. But y'all over here judging me, I'm good. So she does know she needs to work on that. And I've seen her say that on several different podcasts. When it comes to Steve and Eugene is such a Steve is such a hypocrite. You want to be in woman business. Why you so bent out of shape, bro? This happened months ago. And like Eugene said, why you even come, bro? When you said y'all wasn't donating. That's the whole point of the whole thing. We ain't doing it. So, but why are you so big mad even now? You talking about acting like your wife. And then to bring up my wife, you're acting like, I'm not going to say like a female, but you're throwing shade like one of the women. Like you're a hypocrite. Stop it. You and your wife. I'm sorry. But this season really made me not really mess with, like, I like Mimi and Steve separately in their story, but as far as in the friend group, they got on my nerves. They got on my last nerves. But I get what Mimi is saying. I care about my friends. Sometimes it's hard to not judge or whatnot. But Steve got on my last nerves coming for Eugene like that. Like, it was ridiculous. And then for Curtis to sit up there and say, oh, Eugene ain't gonna own nothing, blah, 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 blah. Why you mad, Curtis? Because Toya spoke about how you were touching him. Like, quit with the shenanigans, okay? It's blasphemy. It's just crazy to me. And then Quad, she's another person I want to talk about. Quad she acts as if she is a picture perfect wife sometime. Like when it came to Dr. Gregory, she did the same thing. I was the picture perfect wife. I was the picture perfect girlfriend. And Dr. Simone gave the best question. Why, if y'all, you wanted to have a baby, but you didn't want to get married, but you seen him as, King, good job running, bro. Because you was going to be tied to her for the rest of your life. He's still a good like, who has children to plan for co-parenting? You might as well go and get you a donor. Like, I understand trusting him enough that he know he gonna be there, but you don't know how you two would have co-parented. Especially the way Quad is particular about how she like to run stuff. And relationships are tested the most when you have children. Because that's when you bring up whatever things you went through in childhood. Unfortunately, the things you believed in, you might not agree with your partner in, okay? The way that they parent, parenting styles, etc. Sometimes relationships are put to a test when those children are born, okay? So to say, I was cool with being a baby mama and he kind of cool with being a baby daddy, obnoxiously crazy to me. That was crazy and obnoxious to even verbally say. I would never say that. My intentions is to create a broken home. Like, essentially. If it didn't work, then like, what? And I believe Toya and Contessa when they said that King wanted to be there. But of course, Quad didn't want him to be there because she got to be painted so picture perfect to the world. Miss Perfect, Miss I got it together. And if I don't, I figure it out type of girl. She didn't want to be put in that, you know what I'm saying? She didn't want to hear what he had to say. Because I believe that her going through all those hormones and stuff and her attitude and just how she is, because she gets on my nerves. I can't even imagine being in a relationship with her at all. Not to say she a bad person, but she a little too much, like, for me. You know what I'm saying? Do she seem cool like a girl's girl? Yeah. But watching her sometime on TV, never taking accountability, you start crying, I'm just going through so much. Everybody's going through so much, girl. Wake up. I did feel bad for Dr. Heavenly saying her son, like, that's very true. What her son went through, he had a breakdown and everything. What Mimi was saying is very true. And I'm glad that Toya was able to say, like, you're a bomb mom. Like, letting her know, like, girl, you cool. We just got to get to know each other. But I think Mimi seemed like, I look terrible on TV. Because you did, Bookie. You look like a straight up hater. And for y'all to try to make it seem like Toya wants Steve, no. I just want to know, what does Steve do for a living right now? And as far as Brandy and Contessa, I'm glad they got over their stuff. Contessa is just mad that what Brandy is saying is very true. You were bashing your husband, and we've seen Contessa bash her husband. He never threw a party for me. Just because her husband threw her a dinner doesn't mean that he ain't never thrown her a party. Like, girl, be quiet. And as far as Angel, I guess she was super boring because they really didn't really show a lot of her package. They really didn't want to speak on just a lot of stuff. Maybe they will in part 2, or maybe it's just too much ground to cover. But Andy was definitely asking the questions, and this reunion was popping, okay? I can't wait for a part 2 because it's going to be juicy. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. See you in the next one. Peace and grease, bye. And what did y'all think? Do y'all agree with me?